Vuforia Studio utilizes Angular JavaScript, which means you can program more advanced features into your AR experience. This can be done through editing or adding JavaScript code in the home.js page. JavaScript can be used to set widget properties directly or to create functions for more advanced functionality. In general, you can set widget properties using the following syntax. Or, for example, to change the opacity of a model item through JavaScript, we can write the following. Where model 1 is the object we want to affect, opacity is the property we want to change, and 0.5 is the value we want to change it to. In this way, JavaScript functions can be utilized to create an engaging interactive interface. Before continuing, you can comment your code in JavaScript with a double slash. To create a function to make the model transparent, we can use the following code. Then this function can be called simply by using transparent, brackets, semicolon when needed. Similarly, we can set a function to make the model opaque again. Once the JavaScript functions have been defined, we can bind them to buttons or other input widgets to call them during the experience. For this demonstration, we can use a toggle button to toggle between a transparent and opaque model. To learn more about creating and using buttons in the 2D canvas, see our linked video in the description. JavaScript functions can be bound to an event such as the toggle button by navigating to Pressed under Events and then selecting the JS box next to it. A text input box will then appear and the relevant JavaScript code can be placed within. Here, call your transparent function. Make sure not to forget the semicolon. If the JS box is filled green, then the pressed event button is bound to the JavaScript function. Repeat the same process with the unpressed event and the opaque function. Save the experience and preview it to verify the functions are working correctly. Another feature of Vuforia Studio are the application parameters. Application parameters allow you to create and use global variables that can be bound to multiple items. An application parameter can be created by navigating to the data panel and then clicking on the plus sign next to application parameters. In the following example, we will use application parameters to control the translation of the printing head of this 3D printer model. Here, we've used Creo Illustrate to split the model into the printing head and the frame. To learn more about using Creo Illustrate to optimize your models for importing into Vuforia Studio, check out our introductory videos on the topic. Navigate to Application Parameters and create a new one called XPOS. Click on the arrow next to the parameter and drag and drop it onto the correct model. Select X coordinate as the binding target. We can now adjust or set the values of the parameters in home.js by calling this line. Define the initial X position of the model at the origin. We will create two functions, one to move the model to the left and one to move the model to the right. These functions can be bound to widget events in the same manner. For this demonstration, we have two buttons, a move left and a move right button. Bind these buttons to the appropriate functions by navigating to the JS box next to click. Call the relevant function within the JS box. Save the experience and then click on Preview to verify the model functions as it should. It can be difficult to know what the different widget elements are called in JavaScript. Here is one handy way to check the properties of the widget elements. Go to the home.js file and add the following line. Then navigate to Preview and turn on Developer Tools. You can do this with right-click and then clicking Inspect. Under Console, expand the object item and then expand View, where you will see WDG. Expand this and you can see all the different widgets used in the experience and the associated names and properties. Using advanced bindings opens up many possibilities to enrich your AR experience. For example, JavaScript can be used to animate the pop-ups. This allows authors to direct a user's focus or guide them through an experience. The author defines a timeout interval to control when the pop-ups are displayed. You can incorporate opacity to gradually fade in and out information. This technique can be used for both 2D and 3D content. In this example, JavaScript has been used to toggle the appearance of the buttons shown on screen. This can be achieved by defining two separate CSS classes for the same button. Using JavaScript, a function can be created to switch between each CSS class, creating an on and off effect. This is a great way to highlight when a button is active, giving authors the freedom to define specific formatting such as colors, icons, and text sizes. JavaScript can also be used to animate the main UI of the experience. Pop-ups are a great way of communicating information to users, but can be intrusive when they obscure the rest of the experience. JavaScript can be used to hide and show these panels when needed, improving the user's immersion. This can be enhanced by incorporating keyframe information via CSS to animate the transitions, mimicking your favorite apps. To learn more about using CSS to style your elements, check out our related video linked below. The key to creating engaging AR experiences is to use JavaScript in conjunction with Vuforia Studio's other features. To learn more about how to use them, check out our video playlist, which covers many other useful topics on Vuforia Studio.